Push down on that.
Yes, sir. Dennis Swartz, Private Attorney General. I had a client, Jim Barnett, in my local court, Judicial District 3. Apparently, you three commissioners are appointing pro tem judges. This is in regards of Candace Hissong. Ms. Hissong, after not showing up for court, she was appearing via her bedroom in Glendale. I thought that was a little bizarre. The Deputy District Attorney, Kylie Kuhn, was appearing on a black box sitting here in the court on this table, and immediately I challenged Judge, I can't even call her a judge, I'm sorry. This person, Ms. Hissong, her oath of office is not incorrect parse syntax grammar. It means her oath says nothing. And I've had to give this little speech to City Council because I'm running into problems practicing law in court or perfecting law in court. I would like to bring it to your attention here in a public record that as you guys have appointed this imposter, I called the Bar Association. The Bar Association, I have a wonderful audio clip that's going to be uploaded to the Reedsport legal website stating how no judges or attorneys are licensed to practice law in the state of Oregon. Now, I understand that Justice of the Peace, the duly elected Judge Miller, recused himself. I'm great with that. That wasn't a problem. The problem is you guys sent over someone without a true parse syntax grammar oath of office. Now, apparently Ms. Hissong doesn't remember her 5th grade grammar. She apparently has a Juris Doctorate, but she apparently didn't realize that she had been disqualified by myself. You can watch this on YouTube. She proceeded to move forward, allowing Kylie Kuhn, Deputy District Attorney and Rick Weisenburg's employee, to move forward with jurisdiction, not able to prove it on and for the record. Standing there waving a piece of paper, talking over a box over in Roseburg is not proving jurisdiction. Now, I've been over to Roseburg. I had to come all the way to Roseburg because my court for my trial is over there. Judge Burge didn't allow me to speak. I never hired an attorney. There was some guy there with a briefcase, and for me to travel all the way over, I have a wonderful snippet of John Hanlin right here in Reedsport stating with Rick Weisenburg that, I believe you were there, Mr. Freeman, what a dangerous road 38 is to drive over. Really, that is going to make the most wonderful little YouTube snippet in the world when you guys can't explain why we have to travel all the way over that dangerous road, to quote Rick Weisenburg and Sheriff John Hanlin, to deal with our traffic citations. This is preposterous. How long are you guys going to let this go on? I spoke to you, Mr. Leif, and you said, Dennis, if maybe you were a little nicer to these deputies, maybe they wouldn't have cited you to a foreign jurisdiction. That's called abuse of discretion, sir, and it is a crime. You don't get a cop an attitude and send somebody 120 miles round trip out of their way. This has continued to be going on now for 3.5 years on the record. Now I'm going to immortalize Douglas County on YouTube. We have a Reedsport legal. You guys are going to force me into the situation of starting a Roseburg legal. This activity needs to stop now. And by the way, while we're on the facts of oath of office, Sheriff Hanlin and Rick Weisenburg operate under an oath of office. All you'd have to do is get you a 5th grade grammar teacher and dissect the wordage of what they put on that oath, it says nothing. It says no contract. It says no, 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 no. So those pieces of paper that Rick Weisenburg and Sheriff Hanlin and all your little deputies are running around under, they're private contractors. They have no true parse, syntax, grammar, oath of office. This is no longer a legal debate, gentlemen. It's a math problem. 2 plus 2 is supposed to equal 4. You have to have proper sentence structure in every person's contract. An oath is a contract. Now, if you guys can't seem to clear this up in transparency and get Rick Weisenburg and Sheriff John Hanlin and some of these quasi-judges that you tend to send over here into my court, I'm going to start arresting people under the Private Attorney General's Act. They are acting as a judge. Matter of fact, Federal Rules of Criminal Procedure 44.1, judges as actors. Now, I had a client, which is a friend. I came over. His name was Atkins. I was refused the ability to represent him in court. Now, Smith versus Cummings, U.S. 11th Circuit Court of Appeals. As in Sims versus Hearns, 271, Southwest Reports, 720, 1925, the right and practice of law is an occupation of common right granted to all men. Well, now with my case with Mr. Barnett, because Judge Husong doesn't have an oath of office, I received a letter from her yesterday saying she transferred this over to circuit court. It specifically is my or Mr. Barnett's ability to move that to another court. Mr. Leif, you said yesterday, oh, you can transfer up, you can't transfer back. Mr. Freeman, I have you on record, which is going to be on YouTube, stating that you said, oh, these could be transferred back. If you get cited by our deputies to a foreign jurisdiction, you can transfer back. Well, put your money where your mouth is, Mr. Freeman, where and how. I have a lawyer that doesn't know how to transfer anything back. Now, I have not transferred Mr. Barnett's case to circuit court. And I will warn you one more time that it is Mr. Barnett or myself, the attorney of record, to request that transfer. Now, I don't know where this hanky-panky's going on here, but that judge has no authority to act in any way, shape, or form in this courthouse. And I'm going to call it my courthouse because I've lived here long enough to call it my courthouse. These practices need to stop immediately. Mr. Leif, you said we don't receive any money from all those sheriff's deputies' tickets in Reedsport, out on the sand dunes, out on the water, on the bay, or on our roads. You guys receive no money from that? Maybe that's why our local justice court library is devoid of the necessary books for anyone to defend themselves. You want to complain budget constraints? How many traffic tickets are you robbing from us? This has got to end. You need to look into this Candace Husong, and you need to look into true parse, syntax, grammar, oaths of office. And in closing, I would suggest that all three of you pull out your Oregon Revised Constitution or Oregon Constitution and start reading it. There's several ORSs that state that whenever a person like me comes before somebody with a bar card, whether it be a judge or a prosecuting attorney, when I declare to them that I am the man, not the person, Judicial Canon 3, their own bar temple rules state that they must submit. You have to recognize the private individuals as opposed to a person. And well, I'll finish this off with grammar. Did any of you up there, all three of you, get through school where you taught to capitalize every letter in a person's name? Are you aware that your court clerks, every time they send a letter through the mail in an all caps name, they're committing mail fraud? That starts at 10 years. Impersonating a judge starts at, what, 12 and goes to 25? And by the way, this might be the appropriate time to mention to you guys that I picked up the paperwork to run for justice of the peace in Reedsport. It's about time for a divorce from Roseburg County. You guys steal our profits, you steal our revenue, and you offer nothing in return but a bunch of sheriff's deputies garnering revenue. You guys are giving us the perfect reason to divorce you. We have lost our trust in you. We can't even get a true judge sent over here with a true parse simtac oath. And you better look into Sheriff Hanlin and Rick Weisenburg, because they are operating underneath the same oath, and they are all flawed, and that makes all three of you accomplices. Light and love, gentlemen. You have a great day.